Hello, basketball fans, and welcome to Cesar High School. As you see, the Waltonville coaching staff visiting with Cole Tripp as we get ready to resume part two of this championship game. I'm Randy Olson courtside along with Ron Stannard, and this is really a unique situation. We're so glad to see Cole Tripp doing well. When he first entered the gymnasium tonight, he got a rousing round of applause, which we got a little video clip of, and we posted that clip on our Facebook page. And to be honest with you, I only caught about the last 9 seconds of those applause. It went on for quite a while as people were so glad to see him, and he's taking a seat in street clothes tonight on the Goreville bench. All of the Waltonville players coming by and giving the good hand to Coach Tripp of the Goreville Black Cats as well. We're going to resume this game in the third quarter, right where we left off. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in this championship game. But, it's just it's an odd feeling in the air, I think, for everybody involved. The players, the coaches, the officials.
It's a unique situation. There's no other way to describe it. But it was like good for everybody here, regardless of whether you're just a fan, a coach, or whatever you might be, to see Cole Tripp in person here tonight.
Yeah, we are so glad that he is here because, again, it was just a routine basketball play, a play that you see in basketball games almost every time you go to the gym. It was
numerous times per game.
Right. It's just a Waltonville player driving to the basket, and Cole slid over to try to draw a charge just like anybody would on defense. And there was the usual contact that you kind of expect, but Cole went down to the ground, to the floor, and we're not sure for certain, what parts of his body impacted the floor. I don't know all the exact details. As you see Coach Tripp and Coach Lowry speaking to each other here before the game.
Yeah, we don't want to speculate on that, but what we do know is there were qualified people in this building that knew what needed to be done, and we're thankful for that.
And that's a real blessing. You think about it, all the basketball games you go to, the chances of there being a fire chief with his wife who is an ER nurse in the building, and I understand there was another medical personnel here or two, and they were able to at least get some things going and kind of analyze things and try to calm the situation a little bit, until the ambulance and EMTs were able to arrive.
Right.
And then they got him off to Benton Hospital and then eventually over to St. Louis Children's Hospital. But again, we're just so thankful and glad that he is doing all right. And what I want to say is that I am so proud of all the fans.
Yeah.
All of the fans on both sides just did an outstanding job Saturday night because nobody panicked. Nobody got up and left the gym. Everyone was very cordial, was very polite. Everybody,
right. And you can sense that again tonight, Randy, with basically probably almost the same crowd back in this building.
Right. But there were a lot of people, of course, in tears and in prayer the other night when it all unfolded and started.
Yeah.
And, but I think it kind of brought everybody together in one accord because we all wanted nothing but the best for Cole Tripp. We wanted him to be okay, and we're just so thankful that he is okay. And tonight, the ball game is going to get played.
Right.
But I just, I got a feeling.
It's still secondary.
Yeah, it's secondary to everything else because the health of the young man is the most important thing. And this game may not take on the same intensity as what you would expect from a typical Goreville-Waltonville basketball game.
Nobody knows really what to expect in this second half of this basketball game.
No, none of us do. But
and whatever takes place, whatever tone it takes on or whatever is okay.
Yeah, we're fine with whatever happens tonight. And I think everybody is, and I think the two coaches you see on the screen right now are okay with whatever happens tonight, win or lose. And, but they do want to close the chapter on this book and go ahead and play it out. And we'll just see what happens. But what we can tell you is what happened in the first half and 40 seconds into the third quarter. Yep. And what happened was an amazing shooting arsenal of the Goreville Black Cats.
Absolutely.
Tell them about it, Ron. It was incredible.
Incredible. Let's leave out that first 40 seconds. So just for now, man, just the first half, Goreville made 8 3-point shots, 8 in the first half alone.
Out of 13 attempts.
And those were made by 5 different players.
And that's 61% for those you doing the math.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, we spoke at halftime about, can any team keep up that type of shooting? And we only played 40 seconds in the second half, but a player from Goreville shot a 3, and guess what? It went in. 9 out of 14.
9 out of 14 up to this point for Goreville behind the arc, which is 64%. And I don't have to tell you that at any level, that is just absolutely
and also
incredible.
Goreville was 5 out of 5 from the free throw line as a
Yes.
team.
Right.
And you mentioned it too. Waltonville was playing a great ball game as well. Their 2-point field goal percentage was way up there.
Yeah, they only took 4 3-pointers in the first part of the game, Waltonville, and made one of those 4. But what was incredible is that Waltonville made 10 out of 15 2-point shots.
Yeah, that's 66%.
That's 66%.
So the ball was going in the basket.
Yeah. So both teams were
Saturday
actually shooting the ball very well. It's just that Goreville was shooting more 3-pointers than they were 2s.
Right.
And they were hitting the 3-pointers at the rate that Waltonville was hitting the 2-pointers.
Right.
And so that's why we've got an 11-point difference right now between Goreville and Waltonville. Now, you may be wondering, okay, how's this game going to start tonight? We're going to have a jump ball, or we're going to have starting lineups, blah, 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 whatever. No, there's not going to be a national anthem. No, there's not going to be starting lineups. We're just going to start playing. And
I think so. Yeah, I don't think there's an anthem. I don't know for sure.
No, I don't think there is. I'd asked them already, and they said, no, I don't think we're doing any of that.
Okay.
The way the game is going to begin, is my understanding, is that we will begin with a pair of free throws.
It was a blocking foul called, and if Kyle Cooper was in shooting motion, he will shoot 2 free throws. Otherwise, the ball will be out of bounds underneath their own basket.
Well, from my understanding, they did determine that he was in the act of shooting.
I thought so.
This game will actually start. This resumption of this suspended game will start tonight with 2 free throws by Kyle Cooper of Waltonville, and then we'll just carry on from there.
Yep.
But there'll be 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yep.
And then we'll go from there. So, very unique situation.
I've seen ball games start with free throws at the beginning of a game, and that's usually because there was some type of error in the scorebook or whatever that was caught, somebody wearing the wrong number or something like that, and you could start a game with that, though, is considered a technical foul.
Yes.
Where you get the 2 free throws to start the game and the basketball to start the game. This is a little bit different than that.
Definitely a little bit different situation than that, right. We're about 7 minutes away from resuming this suspended basketball game, so we're going to take just a short timeout, let you hear from a couple of our sponsors, and then we'll be back in just a few minutes here live from Cesar-Valliere High School.
King City RV in Mount Vernon is your one-stop shop for maintenance and repair of your RV. Whether it's a bumper camper, fifth wheel, or motorhome, Bill Schulte and the staff at King City RV can help you. They provide winterizing of your RV, washing and waxing services, service work on brakes and tires, repair or replace awnings, service work on your slide-outs, and much more. They even repair and clean horse trailers at King City RV, 801 Dogwood Drive on the south edge of Mount Vernon. Call area code 618-731-6185 for King City RV.
Do you have a check that needs deposited and don't have time to make a trip to the bank? No problem. With Mobile Deposit at People's National Bank, just snap a picture of the check with your smartphone, and with a couple of clicks, it's deposited into your account. Depositing a check with a PNB To-Go mobile banking app is just that easy. Just tap, snap, and deposit. Plus, it's free. Download the PNB To-Go mobile banking app today to get started. People's National Bank. We make banking easy. Member FDIC. Wireless or service fees may apply.
Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply in Mount Vernon is ready to help you update your home. Need new carpeting? They have many styles and colors in stock, as well as expert installation. Add beauty to your home with new hardwood or vinyl planks available at Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet. They will completely transform the look of any room in your home. Update your bathroom with a custom shower. There are many tile styles and colors to choose from. Does your kitchen need a facelift? You can get a new backsplash, flooring, and more at Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply, 513 South 10th Street in Mount Vernon. Open 6 days a week.
Jagger's Doggy Daycare. Your dog's home, away from home.
Are you going on a vacation soon, or perhaps a weekend getaway? Jagger's Doggy Daycare in Mount Vernon is your dog's home away from home, featuring an outside turf playground that your dog is going to love. And if your dog needs grooming or obedience training while it's here, we can handle that too. In fact, we've even got a presidential suite with flat screen TV and ceramic tile. Check it out on our website.
Jagger's Doggy Daycare.
When choosing a bank, it's important to know that local matters. Local people making local decisions that support our local communities. That's why Community First Bank of the Heartland is proud to be Jefferson County's hometown bank. With branch locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Dix, we make it convenient to serve all of your banking needs. Call us today at 244-3000 and let us know how we can assist you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, welcome back here to Cesar High School, where we're going to resume the suspended championship game of this 43rd annual Cesar Holiday Tournament between Waltonville and Goreville. Goreville with an 11-point edge.
You know, Ray, I don't know these fans by name by any means, but people are not only here again that were here Saturday night, they're sitting in the exact same spot.
I've noticed that. That's very unique, isn't it? It sure is. We originally were going to be doing the championship game tonight over at the Pinckneyville tournament between Benton and Pinckneyville, but when they decided to resume this championship game tonight, Ron and I thought, we've got to be here.
Yeah,
we've got to be here.
Finish what we started.
It's only fitting that we're here, and I think the same way with the officials. I think the officials might have had other duties at Pinckneyville. They've been working that tournament too, bouncing back and forth kind of like we are. But it's the same three officials that we had on the game too tonight.
Yep.
So. Glad you're with us here on areasports.net. A lot of the same fans are here. The crowd may be down just a little bit. They did offer free admission tonight, which I thought was very, very nice and very classy of Cesar High School to allow people to come to tonight's game free admission. And it didn't matter whether you were here the other night or not and had already paid admission. Anybody was welcome to come tonight.
I'll tell you, there might be, 25 to 50 people less, but that's about it.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of places. We will resume the game here with free throws coming as the fans all stand and applaud on both sides. This is a beautiful thing. This is great. Mutual respect by all of the players and the fans. This is wonderful. This is probably good therapy for everybody. So there's one team foul on Goreville. That foul was on Cole Tripp when the incident occurred.
Right. Second personal foul on Cole.
And the free throw by Kyle Cooper is good.
I thought he would make it, Randy. Cooper's a machine from the free throw line. He just walks up there and switches the first one. Got them both.
So it's a 9-point game, and here we go. Goreville with the basketball. Zach Green with it. He was one of the guys that was filling it up out there behind the arc.
Yeah.
Made some of those 9 out of 14 three-pointers. They'll go inside. That's a traveling violation called on Connor Craig. So that's a turnover. That is the 6th turnover of the game now, if you add them both together. And there were 6 turnovers the other night on Waltonville. So the TOs are the same now on both teams. As Kyle Cooper brings it across. They go down to Peterson. Peterson post up against Buffington, takes it inside, misses it, tips it back up. No. He'll turn around, put up another shot, and get it.
Wow, he earned that one.
Yeah, he did. Stayed with it. Good effort there by Peterson. And that's going to be a push from behind on Jagger Mayville
That's going to be his 3rd foul.
Goreville was posting up Connor Craig, and that's 3 fouls on Mayville. And
now he's going to take a seat.
Yeah, Riley Stewart's going to check into the game for Waltonville. 6:40 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Black Cats ball out of bounds as Nick King will trigger it in. They try to get it into Buffington, and it's intercepted by Peterson.
Yeah, you're giving away a lot of height there when you bring in Riley Stewart for Jagger Mayville, but
yeah. Here's Peterson, thinks about a 3, lets it go. Boom! Gage Peterson with a 3-point bomb, and it's a 4-point game.
7-0 run to start the half.
And it's a timeout by the Goreville Black Cats. Timeout on the court, and we'll be back with more from Cesar in this championship game, part 2, coming up.
Andrea Baker, the broker owner at King City Property Brokers, is a proud graduate of Weber High School, and she's actually a member of their Hall of Fame. Andrea is happy to sponsor this game and cheer on the local teams. At King City Property Brokers, Andrea and all of the realtors there are happy to help you with your real estate needs, whether you are a buyer or a seller. Visit their new location on Salem Road in Mount Vernon, or visit their website to see many residential homes, acreage, or commercial properties that they have listed. You can call them at area code 618-316-7331. That's King City Property Brokers in Mount Vernon.
Back to live action after the timeout. Goreville has the basketball as Zach Green brings it across. He goes to the left side to Nick King. King is yarded out there by Riley Stewart. Now off the top again to Green.
Jagger Mayville may sit this entire quarter.
He might. He's got 3 fouls sitting on the bench. Here's a little fadeaway on the baseline. That won't go, and there's Peterson with the rebound. Shot was missed by Connor Craig. Kyle Cooper will bring it up against Nick King. You know, Cole Tripp was the one that was guarding Cooper the whole night the other night. He gets fouled on his way up. A foul on Nick King. So King draws the defensive assignment against Kyle Cooper with Cole Tripp out of action.
That's the second foul on King.
Some of you might be wondering, okay, when will Cole Tripp play again? We understand that he's on that typical protocol that you have for concussions and things like that. So I don't know the exact number of days that he'll be out, but
someone told me, Randy, he could maybe play Saturday night.
Yeah, Coach Tripp told me that they hope to get him back this weekend. That was what he told me. He just said this weekend. I didn't know if this weekend meant Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
But
they play Vienna on Saturday night.
Right, okay. So he said he hoped to have him back then, as both free throws are good by Cooper.
A 9-point run to start the this suspended game.
And there was a 9-0 run to start the game, too, if you recall.
Right.
Buffington gets it inside of Peterson and scores.
By Goreville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's Buffington's first points. You know, he spent some time on the bench in that first half.
Yes, he did.
With foul trouble himself.
Here's Cooper getting it to Riley Stewart. Stewart down to Peterson. They come with a double team. Back out it comes to Cooper. He'll drive inside the lane, spin, put up the shot, and it goes.
Got the roll, shooter's roll.
2-point game, 44-42, 5:07 to play here in the third quarter. Goreville with the basketball. They dish it underneath. It's lost out of bounds off the hands of Nick King.
6 points already in this quarter for Kyle Cooper. Gage Peterson has 5.
And that is the 7th turnover on Goreville in the game as a whole. Cooper will bring it up against Nick King. Goreville maintained a man-to-man defense in the first half of this basketball game, and they're doing that again tonight. Here's Whitten Dever over to Peterson.
He walked.
Yep, he was.
Little shuffle.
He was trying to size up his man, Buffington. It looked like he wanted to take him off the dribble, but he drug the pivot foot first.
Yeah.
So that turnover is turnover number 7 on Waltonville. So the turnovers are equal at 7 apiece, and it'll be Goreville basketball. Into the front court comes Lawson Land. Lawson Land out to Zach Green for 3. It won't go. Rebound by Land. Land shovels it over to Connor Craig.
The foul on Riley Stewart.
And Stewart with a hip check there.
It's his first personal.
Well, so far, the 2 threes that have been shot here in this resumption of the game have not fallen for Goreville. There's an out-of-bounds play, and good
play.
As they feed it inside to Connor Craig, and he scores. 46-42. Goreville back up by 4. 4:21 to play here in this third quarter. Coming up the court is Cooper.
It's a jump ball.
And that's a jump ball as Buffington got his hand on it.
Yeah.
And a possession arrow favors Waltonville, so the Spartans will keep it, and they'll take it out of bounds underneath their own basket. Cooper will trigger it in to Isaiah Lamke, and there's a traveling violation. Traveling violation on Lamke. That's turnover number 8 on Waltonville. So Lawson Land will bring it up for Goreville. Leading it by 4 as they work it to the right side. Over to Aaron Moore. He's one of them that had 3 the other night, too.
Yeah.
They had 5 different guys hit 3s. Here's a drive by Land. That rolls off the mark. Buffington had the rebound, and foul's going to be called. And Buffington will go to the line for a pair.
That's on Riley Stewart.
I think it is, too. It looked like he had his arm.
Yeah.
Second foul on Riley Stewart. And Drake Buffington, the 6'6 senior, will be at the line for Goreville. That is 3 team fouls this quarter on Waltonville, 2 so far on Goreville. Buffington's free throw is short. Into the game for Waltonville comes Brennan Klingler. He'll replace Isaiah Lamke. Buffington with another one coming. Got it. 5-point lead here. Nick King will check back in, replacing Aaron Moore for Goreville.
But this Goreville team has a lot of interchangeable parts.
They
don't they?
really do. They really do. They've got clones that come in off the bench.
Yeah.
He's got a very, very strong bench this year.
To the
Coach
casual
Tripp does.
fan, they can make substitutions and you don't even know they
No,
did it.
I agree with you. They're very versatile on the guys off the bench. Got to give them a lot of credit for that. It's one of the best benches that you're going to see in 1A
That's
basketball.
typical of a Goreville team.
Right.
They can spread those fouls around because of that.
Kyle Cooper took it in. It fell a little short. Then the ball goes out of bounds. It's off Goreville, and Waltonville will keep it. Yeah, having a good, strong bench is very valuable, and Goreville's definitely got it. Out it comes to Klingler.
I believe Waltonville has a stronger bench right now, too, than they did first week of the season.
They've improved a lot over the year, the bench has. I agree with you. And that's going to be a moving screen on Gage Peterson.
First foul on Peterson.
He moved his hip ever so slightly, but it was just enough to catch the official's eye, and the moving screen offensive foul will give the ball to Goreville. 5-point game with 3:16 to play here in the third quarter. Lawson Land with it out front to Zach Green. Green comes back out to King. Again, they got Buffington in there, guarded by Peterson. Now they'll put up a three, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
No basket.
And that's going to be Buffington on the offensive foul. Yeah, he was moving.
That's his third. That three won't count, Randy, but it did go in.
And checking in is Garrett Church, another one of those interchangeable parts for Goreville.
Now each team has a 6'5", 6'6" guy on the bench.
Yeah, that's true. They do. Yeah, Church was really good off the bench for Goreville.
He was.
In
He
the
had
first half of this
three
game.
threes.
And he's in there right now, number 31.
3 threes in that first half.
Riley Stewart goes down to Peterson. He takes it in the paint, goes up for the baby hook, and scores. Gage Peterson cuts it to a 3-point game.
7-point quarter for Gage.
2:39 left here in the third quarter. The intensity is starting to increase here in the building.
That question's been answered. It's here.
The fans are getting into it now.
There's
Here's
Church
for three.
He did it again.
He hit it. Well, that is their 10th three-pointer of the game when you add them together.
Church has got 4 of those, and he doesn't even start.
That shot is no good by Cooper. Peterson with a rebound, goes back up, and they're going to say offensive foul on Peterson.
That's his second foul. I think that was the right call.
He was trying to clear out some space.
Yeah.
6-point game, 2:14 to go here in the third quarter.
Well, that was a huge three by Church.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think he's missed a three in this game.
That's a bad pass by Green, but it's corralled in there by Nick King. King saves it from going out of bounds.
It's a double dribble off right there.
He might have.
Oh, they're saying no.
He might have. Nope, they're saying he juggled it, so official saw it, and he said, nope, it's a juggle. Out to Lawson Land. Minute 45 left, third quarter. Land inside the lane.
Nice pass.
Beautiful pass down to Connor Craig. They drew the defense over to himself.
Now they've got it back to 8 now.
And then Craig was open. He fed him. And that's going to be a foul. Going to be a foul on Lawson Land, right.
Yeah, he's got 3. He's got 3.
We mentioned that these two teams could potentially meet again down the road in postseason play. If they do, it would be in the sectional, not a regional. The only way they could meet would be in a sectional. Riley Stewart.
Well, he lives on that baseline.
Riley Stewart with a big move in the paint. Cuts it back to 6. Minute 13 left in the quarter. Now we're back to kind of the intensity level that we had at the beginning of the game now.
Yeah.
Zach Green with it to Church. Church tries to get it down to Nick King.
Good pass.
That one's blocked, but a foul is going to be called. Connor Craig went up for the shot. Brendan Klingler got a piece of the ball, but apparently also got a piece of the arm as they call him for the personal.
That's his first personal.
And that'll send Connor Craig to the line. Craig is a 6'3" senior for Goreville. He started the game. And he buries it.
Soft rims here.
Yeah, especially at this end. 7-point lead.
Yeah. That's the home team's end.
Got it. Got them both. 8-point lead for Goreville. And they're trying to trap. Whit Endeavor gets it to Peterson. Peterson gets it down to Klingler.
Nice pass.
Klingler underneath. Riley Stewart converts.
Good pass from Klingler.
Great assist by Klingler.
Stewart with 4 points off the bench
Yes.
this quarter for filling in for Jagger Mayville.
Right. Mayville's been on the bench for a long time with those 3 personal fouls. 32 seconds left here in the third quarter. 6-point Goreville lead. Will they wind it down for one shot or not? Let's see. Lawson Land has it. Waltonville remains in their man-to-man defense. Waltonville fans start to get on their feet. Down to 10 seconds left. Here's Lawson Land. Trying to drive. He'll stop back, put up a shot. It's short. Cooper's got it. He can get a shot off. He does from the half.
Oh!
And it lips out. He drew iron from the half line.
In and out.
And after 3 quarters of play, it is Goreville 54 and Waltonville 48. So Waltonville outscores them in that quarter. And we'll be back with the fourth and final quarter of this championship game in just a moment.
When choosing a bank, it's important to know that local matters. Local people making local decisions that support our local communities. That's why Community First Bank of the Heartland is proud to be Jefferson County's hometown bank. With branch locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Dix, we make it convenient to serve all of your banking needs. Call us today at 244-3000 and let us know how we can assist you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at Cesar High School, Randy Olson along with Ron Stannard. Well, your thoughts on that third quarter, Ron? It got pretty exciting there. We didn't know what to expect.
We had no idea what to expect, Randy, but I tell you what, it was all there. The competitiveness, the intensity.
It took a little bit to build, but once it did, it was there.
Yeah.
And it's game on now.
It's game on, 8 minutes for the championship.
That is right.
Waltonville trying to win it for the first time since 2009. And Goreville trying to repeat.
That's right. They are the defending champions of this tournament. Waltonville won it in 2005 and 2009, but that's been a 15-year drought. We are ready for the fourth quarter, and Goreville will have the basketball first. And Jagger Mayville is back on the floor for Waltonville, playing with 3 personal fouls. Here's Nick King, gets it over to Garrett Church, who will stay in the game for Goreville. And that's going to be a foul as Buffington is coming across to
on Cooper. That's his third.
Yep. With Cooper with 3 fouls, Mayville with 3 fouls for Waltonville.
Mayville back in, but Riley Stewart is staying in the game as well.
Yeah, he got 2 big buckets off the bench.
Yeah, he did.
Here's the inbound pass to King. And we got a traveling violation.
It was going to be a 5-second count if he didn't get rid of it.
Yeah. Turnover number 8 on the Goreville Blackcats. Here's the inbound to Cooper. Guarded by King. Brings it up against him. Comes over to Whit Endeavor. Endeavor down to Peterson. Peterson's double teamed. Comes back out to Stewart. Stewart back to Peterson. Down to Riley. Stewart in the lane. Ball's knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. It'll stay with Waltonville.
That's some pretty good defense by Goreville right there.
Yeah, Buffington was doing a good job on the inside there along with Connor Craig. Got to get it in. They do. They get it into Dever in the corner. Dever will drive inside the paint and lays it in.
Nice left-hand move.
Whit Endeavor. Got to remember, he's just a sophomore. 4-point game.
Yeah, there's no seniors out there right now for Waltonville.
Spartans have gotten as close to 2. And now it's 4, and that's a drive to the hole by Nick King, and he went up high on that one, almost like he wanted to dunk it. But it comes off the rim, and the Spartans have got it back in the front court. Kyle Cooper falls down, gets it over to Dever, and timeout is called by Coach Anthony Lowry.
That's not a walk. He got rid of it before he went all the way down.
Yeah, he kind of bails him out there with 6:42 to go in the ball game. Back with more from Cesar in a moment. All right, we are back here at Cesar High School. 6:42 to go in the ball game. Waldenville with the basketball. Witten Dever will get it into Cooper. Cooper to Peterson. Peterson over to Dever. He wants to drive baseline. He does. He pump fakes. He goes up and scores. Witten Dever got Buffington up in the air. Buffington had to be careful about fouling him there.
He took that ball into 3 defenders and found a way to get it off the glass.
It's a 2-point game, and the Waltonville fans are on their feet. Here's a pass over to Connor Craig for Goreville. Out to Zach Green. He'll put up a 3 off the mark, and Peterson gets the rebound. And that's going to be Buffington with a foul, I believe. Is it not or not? Let's see. No, it's going to be Peterson on the foul. Is that right? No, it's Buffington.
Buffington,
it's Buffington.
22.
It's
He's got
Buffington, yeah.
4.
4 fouls on Buffington.
Yeah.
First I thought he said 23, but he did say 22.
Missed 3-pointer there by Goreville. That's
Yeah.
a rare thing
Right.
in this game.
That's right. They have hit 10 3-pointers in this basketball game. Most of the time when you make 10 3-pointers in a high school basketball game, you're going to win.
Yeah, because that you got to remember that they're only playing 32 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Kyle Cooper with it. Again, working against King. 5:49 to go. Jagger Mayville down to Peterson. Puts it up over Buffington. Or not over Buffington, over Craig. No good. Ball's loose. It squirts out. Goes out of bounds. And whose ball is it? It is Black Cat basketball. Goreville will have it.
So far, they just can't get over the hump.
Nope. It's a 2-point game with 5:41 left. And we got something on the floor. They're going to wipe up some perspiration here. All right. Now we'll resume action, and Nick King's going to inbound it to Lawson Land. And here we go. 5:42 left. Let's see what happens. Land is picked up by Jagger Mayville out there. It'll be much harder for him to shoot a 3 over him.
Now he's got King, Mayville on King.
Yeah, he's guarding that perimeter. And he gets a steal. Jagger Mayville with a steal. He might flush it. He lays it up and in. And we are tied. And there's a foul. Jagger Mayville with the steal and the deuce, and he has a chance to put Waltonville in the lead with 5:19 to go in the ball game.
Boy, it's 6'5", Randy. He dribbled the length of the floor and used his body to shield the defender away from the basketball.
And Coach Tripp feels like he's got to go with Buffington. He needs more size in there, so Buffington checks back in at 6'6". I mean, it's now or never. 5:19 left in a tie ball game. And a free throw by Mayville is no good. Peterson gets the rebound, though, and gets it back out to Riley Stewart. Stewart to Witten Dever, back out to Cooper. Spartans can take the lead with a bucket. Here's Cooper with it. He'll drive baseline. The floater is good.
It's a tough shot.
Real tough shot. The floater along the baseline puts Waltonville in the lead.
With a defender in your face and no shooting background.
First time Waltonville has led in this entire basketball game, and it comes with 4:51 left.
Yeah, they started out down 9-0.
Yeah, that's how it started on Saturday night. Down 9-0. Here's a drive. Shot is up. That is no good, but we're going to have a foul on Waltonville, and that's going to send Nick King to the line for the Black Cats.
And Riley Stewart, his third.
If you happen to join the broadcast late, Cole Tripp is here. He is in the building. He is in street clothes. He is sitting on the Goreville bench. He got a great round of applause when he first entered the building. And the Waltonville coaching staff all came over and spoke with him for a while. And we're just glad that he's doing well. Free throw is up and in.
by Nick King.
1 point ball game now. Next one is also good, and we're tied. All tied up. We haven't settled anything yet. 4:35 to play in the game. Here's Cooper.
Pressure free throws by Nick King.
Those were real big free throws.
Just knocked them
for the
down.
Black Cats. Wittendever for 3. That's off the mark. Rebound Buffington. Brings it up for Goreville in the corner now. They'll skip it all the way across to Zach Green. Green leaves it out to Church. Church pump fakes, gets it down low to Craig. Craig spins on his man, left-handed shot, misses. And a foul on Buffington. and I think
Buffington
he's
just
gone.
fouled out of the game.
Just fouled out, yep. Buffington is done for the night, and Lawson Land will check in. So Land is 6'1", Buffington 6'6", leaving the game for Goreville with 4:11 left. And Goreville's going to try to press.
Yeah, they need to get that ball in the hands of Cooper, which they did.
Cooper gets it over to Mayville. Mayville spins in the lane, leans in, got it.
Nice move.
Jagger Mayville puts Waltonville back up by 2. And there's a steal. Kyle Cooper picks it off. He's going to take it in and lay it over the rim. 60-56. Waltonville up by 4. We resume this game with Goreville up by 11. It's been a 15-point turnaround for the Waltonville Spartans. And we'll be back with more from Cecil High School in just a moment. Well, you can look into the Goreville huddle here as Coach Todd Tripp is talking to his troops. 3:43 left on the clock. Still a lot of basketball left to be played.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, basketball is a game of runs, Randy, and
Yeah.
Waltonville's on a 12-2 run to start this fourth quarter.
Right, and we have seen both these teams make runs in the game. In the first half, the other night on Saturday night, Goreville started the game on a 9-0 run, and then later on in the first half, they had a 12-2 run.
Yeah.
So, yes, it has definitely been a game of runs.
You get two great basketball teams together like this, you're going to have runs from both sides.
Lawson Land in the front court for the Black Cats.
Nice pass.
Finds a cutter underneath. The shot is made by Nick King. Good look on the pass that time. And King finished the job, and it's a 2-point game. Kyle Cooper on his horse again. He'll drive down the lane, put up the shot in the lane. Back up, got it. He tipped it in himself like a volleyball play. Missed the shot, stayed with it, tipped it in like a volleyball player. 4-point lead again for Waltonville with 3:07 left. Wittendever is all over Zach Green out there. Green will put up a shot in the lane, won't go. There's Peterson with the inside rebounding position as he was sealing off Connor Craig under the boards. Man, Peterson's had a ton of rebounds in this game.
He does.
2:49 left.
They can run some clock here, but that's hard to do against Goreville.
Yeah, here's a three-pointer by Peterson. That's no good. And Church had inside rebounding position, but Waltonville got it back. Waltonville got it back. Cooper has it. They probably need to look for high percentage shot at this point, up by 4 if you're a Waltonville fan.
Yeah, you don't need to take that 3.
Here's Riley Stewart with it. Stewart to Cooper. The new Nesto Hoop rankings came out today for Class 1A. We'll tell you about those in a second. As a foul is called. And that's on Zach Green.
That's his 4th.
So 4 fouls on Green. And here's the inbound to Cooper. Here's
Trap.
a double team trap. Yep. Out of bounds, going to stay with Waltonville. Coming into tonight's game in the new Nesto Hoop rankings, Waltonville's number 4 in the state, Goreville's number 6.
Wow, we started out 2-10 on Saturday night. Now
2
we
and
got
10 on
4
Saturday.
versus 6.
Yeah, now it's 4 against 6. That's the latest
They're pretty even.
rankings, you bet. Here's Jagger Mayville with it. Down on the baseline, Riley Stewart. Back to Mayville, to Stewart. He'll rifle it across and back out to Cooper, and they're going to take their time. You're looking for that high percentage shot, and there's a foul.
You know,
on Zach Green.
these teams could play 6 times and probably win 3 apiece.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Would not surprise me a bit. They are very evenly matched.
Second foul on Zach Green.
Yeah. Again, they could meet again in postseason, but it would not be until the sectional. And the sectional this year is going to be played at the new Cobden Gymnasium that they just built.
There won't be anybody that wants to see that game, will there?
Well, there's only going to be about 800, 850 who can see it because that's about what it holds, they tell me. I've not been there in person yet, but I've seen pictures of it. It's beautiful.
You'll be able to talk to 2,000 people that says they were there.
Probably so. Shot is made by Peterson. It's a 6-point lead, biggest lead of the game for Waltonville. Here's a drive by Goreville as King has it. Back out for a 3 ball. That's no good by Green. And Waltonville has a rebound. Peterson will bring it up. Gets it over to Dever. Goreville's going to have to chase. 1:33 left. Waltonville's not going to be in any hurry to shoot a basket unless it's a layup. Peterson has it in the lane. He passes it up. He would normally take that shot.
They got to chase.
They got to chase. There are 5 fouls on Goreville, so any foul they commit, they're going to be sending them to the free throw line, and there is one right there. And they decided to roll the dice and send Riley Stewart to the line.
That's on Church. It's third.
So Stewart will be at the line for Waltonville. Stewart has come off the bench to play real important minutes, particularly in this second half. Stewart is a 6-foot junior. Again, we have timeout on the court, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
When you are looking for an attorney who can give you honest and dependable advice, look no further than Olson & Reeves in Mount Vernon. At Olson & Reeves, they practice law in a variety of areas, including traffic tickets, personal injury, criminal law, as well as estate planning, wills, and probate. If you have a real estate transaction, Mount Vernon Title Company also resides inside Olson & Reeves, so you get sound legal advice. Olson & Reeves, attorneys in law, and Mount Vernon Title Company. For more information, call area code 618-316-7322.
Someone sent us a message asking if we were going to broadcast the Benton-Pinckneyville championship game tonight at Pinckneyville. We were hoping to and wanting to, but when this game was decided to be resumed, we knew we needed to be here and wanted to be here, so there's no way that we can do both. We can't be here, tear down in time, and get over to Pinckneyville and set up in time to do that game. It's just impossible. No time to do that, so the answer is no. But originally we had intended on doing it tonight, but we're glad to be here, and this has been an exciting one. Free throw by Riley Stewart coming up, and it's good. 7-point Waltonville lead. 1 minute, 17 seconds left. Second one also good. Goreville needs points in a hurry. Bringing it up is Lawson Land. And out to Zach Green. He puts up a 3, and it won't go. A big chase down in the corner, and the ball goes out of bounds. Going to stay with Goreville with 65 seconds left. Lawson Land will trigger it in for Goreville. Unique out-of-bounds play there. I like that. As it comes into Zach Green, and now to Connor Craig, and that's knocked away, stolen. Whitten Devers got a breakaway, and he's going to lay it up and in.
6-point fourth quarter for Dever.
10-point Waltonville lead. Three-pointer won't go. Taken away inside by Nick King. Lost out of bounds, and a foul is going to be called on Waltonville. It's on Riley Stewart.
4 fouls on Riley Stewart.
Out of bounds to Goreville. That was not a shooting foul. 43 seconds left. That one's batted away and stolen by Stewart. Stewart was guarding the guy taking it out of bounds, and he jumped up and took it away.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a foul on Goreville. We'll walk to the other end, and Whitten Dever will go to the line.
On Zach Green will be his third.
Wow, what a turnaround. It's been a 21-point turnaround here for Waltonville. They entered the second part of this game down by 11, ahead now by 10. Free throw's good. But I will say this. Regardless of how this game comes out, I still think you have to put an asterisk by it. There's just been too many variables in this game involving both teams that
Yeah, these two teams will probably, depending on how they draw it up, meet again.
Yeah, they could. They could in the sectional, possibly.
And I wouldn't want to try to pick a winner going into that game.
No. Here's a drive and good bucket there by Connor Craig, and he's fouled. Craig is fouled to make it back to a 10-point game, 70-60. 25 seconds left.
Fouls on Peterson, his third. Yeah, I mean, they're playing the second half without Coltrip.
Right.
Buffington's on the bench with 5 fouls.
Right.
But this Waltonville team came to play for one half of basketball.
They did. And, none of us know. None of us know if Goreville would have continued that torrid shooting in the second half. We just don't know. They hit 8 3-pointers in the first half and then hit one to start the second half before the incident occurred. And they've only made one here, tonight in this second half.
Right.
So you just don't know.
But they come out Saturday night, and the first one they took, they buried it. So maybe that would have continued. This one, we'll never know.
Just know. That's why I say you got to put an asterisk by this because, all we know is that it's 2 outstanding Class 1A basketball teams, and, both of them are ranked very, very high.
Yeah. I mean, they're both worthy of representing Southern Illinois at Champaign, no doubt.
Absolutely. Absolutely they are. Now, some teams like Meridian, Oakville, and Steelville are going to have something to say about that. We saw a very good Oakville team this afternoon beat Woodlawn, a game that we broadcast.
They have one thing these teams don't have, and that's a 6'9" guy in the middle.
6'9" guy who can play. 6'9" guy who can play. So, beware of Oakville. They are a danger in Class 1, Class 1A. 6 seconds left as Waltonville is going to dribble it out. They're going to win the game here, 70-63. The Waltonville Spartans come from behind, come from 11 points down, and they win the basketball game 70-63. They have won the championship of the Cesar-Valliere Holiday Tournament for the first time since 2009, ending a 15-year drought. Wow. What a basketball game. We will have a presentation of the trophies here in a minute as you see Cole Tripp going through the line there in the gold shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we direct your attention to midcourt, where Cesar-Valliere High School Principal Natalie Page will award the runner-up plaque for the 2024 Cesar-Valliere Holiday Tournament to Coach Todd Tripp and the Goreville Black Cats. Congratulations, Black Cats.
Second place plaque going to the Goreville Black Cats. There'll also be an announcement of an all-tournament team, which we're going to stick around for that as well, so stay with us here.
Plaque to Coach Anthony Lowry and the Waltonville Spartans. Congratulations, Spartans.
Waltonville Spartans have the championship plaque. First time since 2009 here at the Cesar-Valliere Holiday Tournament. And now we're going to have the announcement of the all-tournament team.
This year's all-tournament team. First, from the Waltonville Spartans, Kyle Cooper.
Kyle Cooper from Waltonville.
From the Goreville Black Cats, Connor Craig.
Connor Craig from Goreville.
From the DuPoint Indians, Jeremiah Jones.
Jeremiah Jones from DuQuoin. That's a player you and I really liked when we saw him in the semifinals. He's here tonight. He's coming down.
From the Goreville Black Cats, Nick King.
Nick King from the Goreville Black Cats.
From the New England Yellow Jackets, Isaiah Lemker.
Lemker from the Yellow Jackets of New Athens.
From the Waltonville Spartans, Jagger Mayfield.
Jagger Mayville from Waltonville.
From the Altamont Indians, Cade Millville.
Cade Millville from Altamont. He is probably not here since we're resuming this on Monday.
From the Waltonville Spartans, Gage Peterson.
Gage Peterson from Waltonville.
From the Marissa Cokerville Meteors, Brock Ports.
Brock Ports from Marissa. Yeah, he's a nice guard. I like him too. Did a good job.
From the DuQuoin Indians, Lane Pyron.
Hirons from DuQuoin. He was a big man inside, did a great job for them. They're much improved.
From the Red Bud Musketeers, Luke Quinton.
Luke Quinton from the Redbud Musketeers.
And from the Goreville Black Cats, Cole Tripp.
Cole Tripp from the Goreville Black Cats. As he gets a huge round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Centerville Holiday Tournament All-Tournament Team. Congratulations, gentlemen. On Saturday afternoon, the Centerville Holiday Tournament Cheerleading Championship plaque was awarded to the cheerleaders from the DuQuoin Indians. Congratulations to the DuQuoin Indians cheer squad. And congratulations, Spartans, on your tournament championship.
Well, that's awesome. The all-tournament team. Ron, you got some post-game stats there for us, buddy?
I do, Randy. 15 years since the Waltonville Spartans won
Yeah.
it. Goreville
Yeah.
was trying to repeat.
Yep.
Oh, man, I got a lot of stats. Let's see. For the Goreville Black Cats, they committed 23 fouls in this basketball game. They had 9 players in the scoring column. 9 players. Cole Tripp had 7 points. Drake Buffington had 3. Connor Craig had 13. Zach Green had 9. Nick King had 11. Peyton Holm 3. Aaron Moore 3. Garrett Church had 12 points, all on 3-pointers. And Lawson Land had 2 for a total of 63. Goreville was 13 out of 14 from the free throw line. That'll win a lot of basketball games.
Yes, it will.
For the Waltonville Spartans, I need to count up their fouls real quick. 7, 10, 12, 16. They committed 17 personal fouls. Waltonville, as we say every time we cover them, has always been a good free throw shooting team this year. They were 19 out of 23 from the free throw line. That's pretty good. They had 6 players make the scoring column, and they were led in scoring by Kyle Cooper, who had 12 in the first half, 12 in the second half for 24 points. Gage Peterson had 20 points. Jagger Mayville had 7. Witten Dever had 11 points. 8 of those coming in the second half, all in the last quarter. So he came up big. Riley Stewart, great game, giving a breather to Mayville when he was on the bench with foul trouble. Riley Stewart 6 points, and Weston Rose 2 points for a total of 70.
All right. Wow. It's been a wild 36 hours or so here. It really has been. I mean, Saturday night, we all left the gymnasium with the most awful feeling in our stomachs, unsure of what the situation was for Cole Tripp. Thankfully, they got the right medical treatment. They got him eventually to St. Louis Children's Hospital. And really, by the grace of God, he is doing fine.
Yeah,
and,
if you believe in the power of prayer, which I do, there was plenty of that going on.
There was a lot of praying going on in the gym that night, without a question. And win or lose this basketball game, there are more important things in life than a basketball game. And I think we all stopped and paused and realized that Saturday night. And so, they come and they resume this game tonight. None of us really knew what to expect. Both teams and both sets of fans were very respectful of each other. Got to say that for sure.
Take care. That's shaky. Watch out. That table.
And, it started out a little subdued for a moment, and then both teams kind of caught fire, and
yeah, it didn't take long, Randy. About a minute, maybe.
Yeah, the intensity ramped up, and then it was game on.
A minute in, it was time warp. We're back to Saturday night.
Yeah, and there is no question that Goreville was missing Cole Tripp in their lineup, not only offensively for what he can do, but also defensively for what he can do. He was the one that was assigned to guard, Kyle Cooper. But the other part of that is that. The shots were not falling tonight for Goreville like they did the other night when they made, 9 out of 14 three-pointers for 64%.
Right, and who's to say that they might have been able to keep that up?
Yeah.
We'll never know. We could talk about it
we'll
for ages.
never know. That's why I say you have to put an asterisk next to this one. It'll go down on the win column for Waltonville. As another win, they do remain undefeated. It'll also go down as the closest game that Waltonville has had this entire season. It's the first time that Waltonville's played anybody to a single-digit game.
These two teams could very well meet again in the postseason.
Yeah, and I think Aaron Britton, Nesto Hoops, I think he's got it right. He's got the number one, the new 1A rankings out today, even without this game being resumed tonight. And he has Waltonville number 4 in the state, Goreville number 6 in the state, and. Hard to argue with that.
Yeah, or he could have went 5A and 5B,
Yeah, it's hard, hard to argue with that. I just hope that both teams have success the rest of the season. Who knows? We may see them meet down the road in postseason. Like I said, it would not be in a regional because we already know where the regionals are. The only time they would meet in postseason would be in a sectional, and the sectional will be played at Cobden, and that's assuming that both of them win regionals and get there. But there's some other good 1A schools out there for sure. And again, Meridian's a very good basketball team this year. Oakville, a good 1A team. Steelville, a very good 1A team. Woodlawn, a good 1A team. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So anything can happen. But, that's going to put a wrap on things tonight from Cesar-Valere. Thanks so much for joining us. And we will say so long from the 43rd annual Cesar-Valere Holiday Tournament, where Waltonville wins the title for the first time since 2009. They come from behind and beat Goreville 70-63. And so long from Cesar.